Hi everybody, welcome to Hearside. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Paul.
And we're doing a rapid review of a film you may have forgotten called California Man, or Encino Man if you're American.
We do videos every Tuesday and Thursday, Tuesday being our rapid Tuesday and Thursday being our longer pieces about the industry. So like, subscribe, check out our videos. We ring that notification bell.
Yes, so stick around. And we, on this time, I don't know whether or not to say California Man or Encino Man, because this film was called Encino Man in America and California Man here in Europe. So you know it is one or the other.
So California Encino Man.
California Encino Man. Encino is a place that most Europeans wouldn't know, but I guess most Americans would. So California Man makes more sense. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis of what this film is all about. And I can do that very, very quickly because it was set in 1992 when I was young enough to think this was the coolest film in the world. It's about a couple of high school kids who are not cool. One of them digs up essentially what is a frozen caveman. The caveman turns out to be Brendan Fraser, who's hot and cool and awesome. And they're like, we have our own caveman now. We can pass him off as a high school kid, high school exchange student. He'll make us cool. Ladies like him, so therefore ladies will love us. Hilarity ensues. But because it was the early 90s, of course, they had to learn the value of friendship along the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, it's actually just a fun little movie about caveman goes to school, and Pauly Shore is Pauly Shore in it for quite a bit. There's no way of escaping that's a huge feature in this film.
Yeah, no, Pauly Shore's in the film.
So tell us, I know you like Brendan Fraser, and this was Brendan Fraser's breakout role. This was his role. Like, this is what...
And also started a trend, because he also did the that film about the kids who were...
Blast from the Past with Alicia Silverstone and Christopher Walken.
Yeah, so like...
A great film.
This did kind of set him off for a career, because then he did go to like George of the Jungle, you know, and then which is the Mummy series and stuff like that. So he did...
Well, Brendan Fraser had a big career.
Monkey Bones?
Yeah, that nearly killed his career though.
Yeah, but like... So he did quite a lot. I'm not a fan of this film.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where we don't necessarily agree, but Paul went with it just because he kind of had to, because I said we're doing it, and he was kind enough that he's like, let's do it.
I agree that it should be a film that you see.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it is of historical, cultural, light-hearted significance insofar as for a Tuesday rapid review video, this is perfect.
It works perfect.
Here's a film that a lot of people will be forgetting.
They did miss it, yeah.
And importantly, if you want to think of it this way, it was Brendan Fraser's breakout role. Mm-hmm. Sean Astin of Goonies fame as a little fella was now a slightly bigger fella, and then went on to be in Lord of the Rings.
Merry, Pippin.
Yeah.
Merry, Pippin, Sam, or Frodo.
He was Samwise Gamgee. His name was Merry Pippin, a character in the background.
Merry, Pippin, Sam, Frodo. That was the kid.
It sounds like the start of a spell, doesn't it? It's Merry Pippin, Sam, Frodo. So Sean Astin was in it, but again, Pauly Shore, who was a fixture for the 90s. You remember seeing other Pauly Shore films, I'm assuming.
yes,
you've seen other Pauly Shore films.
Pauly Shore I like. Pauly Shore as a comedian who kind of could.
He annoyed a lot of people eventually. And
he did.
What he did to annoy them started here. It was adorable here when he was playing the Valley guy. For anybody who doesn't know Pauly Shore, he's a stand-up comedian who happens to own the Comedy Store now because it was his parents, Mitzi Shore, his famous mother, kept the Comedy Store going for years and years. He was the Californian son that was a bit, hey buddy, he played the weasel and talked all funny.
Mr. Morgan, if you're edged because I'm wheezing on your grind, it's just chill. Because if I had the whole Brady Bunch thing happen at my pad, I'd go grind over there. So don't tax my gig so hardcore, Cruster.
English, they only speak English.
And he really made that a feature in this film.
Yeah, he did.
This is a wonderful little time capsule for Valley speak, even from Robin Tunney and the other girls in the film, the young actresses. Pauly Shore took it to extremes, is maybe the fair way of putting it. That's a yes with a pained yes. I don't want to say everything there is to say about the film, but suffice it to say, if you want to get a feeling for what people thought was cool in a very Californian Valley folk sort of way, this was it.
Yeah, no, definitely so.
Yeah, so like no squeezing the juice. buddy.
Yeah.
I am thinking of talking like Pauly Shore for an entire episode just to see if he'll put up with it.
Oh, kill everybody.
But I want to give an honourable mention to one actor that's in this film that is always and often overlooked, and his name is Michael DeLuise, and he played the bad guy kid, like the cool kid, the handsome one that was just mean to the main characters.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of great lines, like she wouldn't piss on your gums if your teeth were on fire. He was a real mean little sack of dung.
Shush! Trust me.
But he was such a perfect post Back to the Future kind of Biff Tannen, except
Okay.
he was like a slightly smarter Biff Tannen.
Okay, that's dangerous.
Yeah, so like he is one of the all-time, for me, great unsung little bad guys in a film, because he's almost likable.
That's
in a douchey way.
I get your points in kind of the unsung hero, unsung villain kind of thing,
Yeah.
where they're forgotten, because you got a lot of bully kind of characters out there that just aren't seen as kind of.
Exactly.
He's a good one.
And the only other bit of thing that I want to get in before I get off this bus, so that Paul doesn't have to talk about this one for too long, is there's a really good soundtrack. But as part of that soundtrack, a band called Infectious Grooves, who some of you may know, some of you may not, but you may know members in Infectious Grooves. They actually played on screen in the film. There was like a school dance.
Yeah.
And they were the band playing, Feed the Funky Monkey or whatever the hell it was. I know, it was weird. But the lead singer is actually the same lead singer from Suicidal Tendencies, a bit more of a hardcore band that I was listening to at the time. And the bass player went on to have a very big career. The bass player from Infectious Grooves is Rob Trejo, who you will know from Metallica.
It's a very weird way of going about that, but yeah.
Sorry, I went the weird way because I'm like, I never want to get his name wrong.
Oh no, it's
And I
very
think
good. Patrick is right. I'm not a big fan of the film, but the soundtrack was very, very good, and it is a very 90s kind of soundtrack, which is also really good because some of the best kind of, I guess, punkish kind of bands came around the 90s. So it is good. Like, he's right that there's a great kind of this is the genesis for a lot of really good actors and actresses, like, starting up, and comedians as well. It's sad that Pauly Shore kind of, like, I guess, went nuclear, and then he's in Grown Ups.
He's like
with Adam Sandler in them.
Does he show up in that? He possibly does. I don't know.
Maybe.
What I can tell you about Pauly Shore is I was lucky enough to see him at the Comedy Store once, and sat right at the edge of the stage, and I was like, "You're Pauly Shore. This is amazing. You own this place." But a small part of me was dying to go, "Hey, Weasel." So even I, who should know better, I still couldn't get that old Pauly Shore out of my head.
But that's good, because that's a kind of thing for, like, old actors who, not old actors, but like actors in which you've seen something from the past and it's stuck with you really well.
I saw him at the wrong age. He stuck with me for way too long. But yeah, by the way, still funny. Good man, Pauly Shore.
Not in Grown Ups. No.
Okay.
I went through the entire movie in my head. He's not in Grown Ups, I don't think.
Okay.
So,
he's in a load of stuff though.
Well, yeah, no, he is. Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, in one line, why you should see California Man or Encino Man, you get to see a young, hot Brendan Fraser do what people thought was hip in 1992. It's real turn of the decade stuff. This is what people were dying to think was the new cool that wasn't the 80s cool. It's hilarious. I lived through it. It's funny to look back. If you weren't there, it's even funnier to think people were really like that.
Yeah.
Because we really did think what they were doing was cool. Mm-hmm. It's so not cool. So not cool.
So, yeah, I'll give you the soundtrack's really good. Brendan Fraser's breakout role, really, really good. The only reason I didn't like it, I just don't think it was of my age. That's just, there is a little bit of an age difference there, so I think it's just that. But I do agree that it is a film that should be seen. It's not one of these films where I'm just like, don't watch it. It is a film that you should see. It is a time capsule of an era, very much in time.
If for the dancing alone, folks, because all of my dance moves were used in that movie, and they're all awful.
And the car surfing.
Oh God, yeah. On that note, don't squeeze the juice. I've been Patrick,
and I've been Paul,
and we'll see you next time. We've been Hear Us Out, is what I'm supposed to say. You know the little paddle with the ball on a rubber band?
I've never done that one.